And welcome to CodeLab. Welcome to another amazing episode of CodeLab. Greetings, Tinker students, and welcome. We are on Tinker Live. This is the show that helps students and teachers make and create with Tinker Code. I am Daniel Rizak of Tinker, and so let us create together. This week, we're going to be making an amazing project, one of our kind of standard tried and true projects, which is called Cow Joke. And this is in your projects folder. It's been kind of one of our fun projects that's been in there for a while, but we're always excited to do this one. It's one of our storytelling projects. So to do this project, we're going to invite an amazing educator. Her name is Miss Linda Kurtz, and she's been one of our kind of standard teachers for many years, and she's been great at supporting her students with Tinker. So we're going to introduce her in just a moment, but let us go ahead and show you how to get started. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started. Now for this project, we're going to have to find it in the projects folder. Let me show teachers how to do this first. First, teachers, go ahead and log in. Once you log in, you're going to go to your dashboard. Then you're going to click on your projects tab. That's over there on the left side. You're going to create a new project. So you can go to your projects folder, scroll down until you find the project that you want to do for this particular project. Next, students, you're going to log in, and then when you log in, you're going to go ahead and go to your projects folder, which is on the projects tab over here. When you get in, you're going to create a new project over there. Inside that, you're going to see all these amazing folders so that you can choose the project that you'd like to do. Okay, you are all set. Now let us create together and have a great time. All right, so we are going to actually go right into it. Miss Kurtz is going to start by telling us how to get to that project from where you are so we can start creating. So here we go. You reshared your project. Would you go ahead and walk us through how to get it, how to start?
Absolutely. I'm going to share my screen again.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so are you ready to, you want me to show you how to find the project?
Yeah, tell us how
scratch?
to get there.
All right.
How you get
so
there.
After I log in, on my dashboard, right below my avatar is usually the project button where I can create a project. I think everybody's should look the same.
Looks good.
Okay, and so normally I would go and just search through projects, but since I know I want to do the cow joke, I go up to the search bar and I type in the word cow.
Love it. Yeah, that's good.
And that's how I get to my cow joke.
Yeah, and students, you can do the same thing. If you're in the student dashboard, when you go into your projects, you just type in, you can create a new project and then search for cow. And then you're there. Do you ever have the problem where if you've done a project multiple times that it remembers all your code, or does it always start a new project for you?
I think it remembers my code from the time before, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah, I guess the only reason I ask is I've been in the practice of doing a save as a lot, so that if I do a project and I know I've done it in the last time, I might save it as, I don't know, it's a little thing, but I don't think it's that big of a, I don't know if it's a big problem. I just was curious.
Yeah, well, see, I renamed mine Cow Joke 2, so I wouldn't confuse it with my Cow Joke 1, Cow Joke 1, Cow Joke 1. when I don't save it correctly, but I do like the save as and renaming it. Sometimes I'll put the date on it, so I remember that's the one I did on 5/29.
Good point. Yeah,
and that helps me a little bit because we rotate class to class, day to day, and I won't remember which joke that I made with which class because a lot of times we write with students together. The code block, so it looks like this, and I always say blocks. I'm going to go up here and type knock, knock. So we're going to all stay together. I'll type knock, knock, and we're all going to do this knock, knock joke together. And then hopefully we're all going to make our own knock, knock, knock jokes when we're done. So I've typed in knock knock and I'm double checking my code. Say knock knock for 2 seconds. It looks just like the one in the tutorial. So I am ready to go to next. Are you ready, Daniel?
I'm ready.
All right. So now it says attach these blocks to the cow's code. So my favorite part is that I can just drag it straight over from the tutorial and attach it. And I see the pattern from the first block that you can see we're taking turns with waiting. So there's that timing of the dialogue. And my code should look like this over here. And I'm double checking, and my code for my cow matches the code in the tutorial. So if everybody's ready, we'll go to the next step.
All good.
All right. Now we're going to get to sounds.
Hey Linda, can I pause you for just 1 second? There's
Absolutely.
a little zoom and a plus and minus button in the bottom right of your code editor. You see that? No, in the center, in the bottom right. There you go. Let's punch that up a couple times. That'll help our viewers. And then if you can take your stage, there's a little arrow on the left side of your stage. We can stretch that over to the left, and we can make that bigger. Nope, up. Keep going. Right there. Right there.
Oh,
right on the left side, there's a little arrow right there. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I've seen it.
But if you go up like literally 1 more centimeter, yeah, you should be able to. There's like a little invisible arrow right there. Almost. Down.
I see it.
That's it right there. So when that happens, you just stretch it to the left.
All right.
And we can make that screen a little bit bigger.
Let's see here.
Well, that's one way to do it.
That's way too big.
Right. No, but on that line, there's a little arrow. You can stretch.
There it is.
There you go. You just stretch that over.
Thank you for the help.
Sorry about that.
It was so hard to see.
Sorry.
Thank you. That's just the help I needed. I always learn something new when I work with you, Daniel.
Oh, you bet.
All right.
I took you out of your rhythm. Go back.
No, I'm ready to go. I'm ready for this sound. I just have to go back and find my text because we are talking to the cow, or we're coding the cow. So now I have to attach the play sound block to the wait 3 seconds block so the cow can talk and make sounds. So everybody's code should look like my code.
Well, we're close. My code looks like your code, so we're good.
All right. And you can always go back and go to the previous. You can always back arrow if you miss something or mess something up to go back a step. So I'm going to go ahead and go forward. So the last say block, it says doesn't have anything in it, but mine does. Now cow goes moo. No, silly, cow goes moo. So my sound is there. I think because I've probably done this a few hundred times teaching it. So the sound we should be playing the cow sound moo and then saying no, silly, cows go moo. Are you guys ready to see?
I'm ready.
Can I play?
Sure.
All right. Can I make my screen big?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I'm going to hit play. Knock, knock. Who's there?
Who's where?
Cows go. Cows go who? Could you hear my cow?
I could hear everything. That was great. Nice.
I love that. And I like how in the animation, we'll go back and look at the owl, how the owl looks just terrified.
No, that's wonderful.
I'm going to play stop. Now that's just the tutorial, but we don't just stick with the tutorials. The whole idea of doing the tutorials for me, and I'm sure you, is for everybody to go out and make their own knock knock joke.
Oh, of course. Right.
I didn't mean to moo again. Sorry. Okay. Do you want to see the one I made
I would love to.
for an example?
Oh, yes.
So what I did is I went and looked at all the code from the cow and the owl, and I thought about switching them. Now, I always save my code up here in my backpack. And what I love, new this year, right? You can actually save your characters by dragging them into your backpack. Is that
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Daniel?
Oh, you bet. That's like one of my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
little features.
That's one of my favorite things too that I show my kids. So whenever we make a new character or write some new code, I always pack it in my backpack so I can pull it out. So I dragged my cow up to my backpack. Am I doing it right, Daniel?
You're doing great. This is
All
great.
right. And I dropped my owl into the backpack, and then I took my code and dropped it in the backpack, and I kind of reworked my existing actors in my existing code to make a new project. So I didn't save that time because I already have a project I wanted to show you
Oh,
guys.
no problem. I
All
have
right,
like
here it
100
is.
versions of some of these projects.
I know. Well, my son didn't like me working today because school is supposed to be out, and he saw me working and talking to my friends about knock knock jokes this morning, and he wanted to be in on my joke. So that's him. Can you see Jacob?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
I- oh, wait. It went too fast. Hold on. I'm going to have to stop it and play it again.
It's all right.
So I reworked it to one of my personal knock knock jokes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to unmute and I'm going to try again. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who?
Who?
Now you're an L too. Ah!
That's such a dad joke, right? We could do this all day, right? With
Or a
dad.
mom. I guess it was the mom version of the dad joke.
Right. No, I know.
So that was my project.
That's great. I love that.
So you can either go and make your own knock knock joke. Do you have a knock knock joke, Daniel? Since you're a dad, you got any dad knock knock jokes ready to go?
I do. I want to make sure that my I feel like I lost my screen share, so I got to go find that again. Oh, there it
Well,
is.
while you're doing that, I can maybe I
found
can
it.
go and show you.
There it is.
Okay.
Now I'll go ahead and walk through a couple of things, and then so if you want to unshare your screen for just 1 second,
All right.
I found my screen, so that's good. That's always a good thing to have. Let me fix that screen size a little bit. That'll be there we go. All right. So I was walking around. I was doing this with you, and so I was enjoying that. And I just noticed a couple of things, and I like to do some storytelling with Tinker as well. And one way is to do kind of the whole like say and wait thing, which is totally fine. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to use the messaging blocks. And I do really like the message blocks so that you can also time your actors. Instead of saying like using time, you could say, on start, say this thing and then send a message to the other actor to do something. So that's just another way I like to do things. But yeah, after, following these instructions, that's definitely one way to do it. But then I could add something here. So let's say on start, I say, knock, knock. And again, I'm just kind of riffing a little bit here. But then I say, all right, I use a broadcast block. So if you can see right there, I'll use my broadcast block. And then I'll just say, I don't know, I could just broadcast joke. The nice thing about these broadcast blocks is if I say to broadcast something, it's universal. So if I then go to my owl, I can go here and say, so on start, maybe it'll switch to costume, but when I receive, I can add a when I receive block. And on that, I can click there and you'll see that joke 1 or joke is there. Now I can tell my actor to then say what it was going to say. So I can, this is just, I think one way to do it. There's no, super right or wrong way to do it. But then I can use my when I receive and I can say who's there. So now we're timing things a little bit. They might be timed a little bit differently. But I'm not gonna go through the whole thing right there. But I just want to see how that looks. So I have my cow. He says knock knock. Broadcasts this this variable basically, and then the owl will then say who's there. Let's see what happens. All right. So a knock knock. Who's there? All right. The nice thing about, and I don't know what you think, but about this, but the nice thing about the messaging blocks is I could do it if there were multiple actors in a scene. I could broadcast the same message to all of them, and they could all respond. Right? I could have multiple people saying, "Hey, who's there? I don't know." And so then we could go back and forth a little bit here with messaging, because now that the owl's kind of got it's like carrying a baton, right? The owl's got the baton, and now the owl can say broadcast, and I can add a little space in there as well. But he could say, he says who's there, and now I want to tell the cow to, and again I'm not being very specific with these, but when the cow we go back to the cow, and now a cow is going to say when I receive, joke 2, or maybe this is punchline. Maybe that's what I should have said. But I can spread things out a little bit there.
I like that because it makes it more precise, and you can add more actors into the jokes.
Yeah, it's just another way of doing things, I guess. Let's say we do that. It says knock knock. Who's there? He broadcasts back to the cow. Cows go. And then I didn't go that far, but again, it's just another way to do this that is kind of creative. I don't know if it cuts down, and maybe it removes a block, maybe the wait block. Maybe we get a little more efficient there. But you had something else you wanted to show? You want me to hand it back?
No, I was going to show the code that I reworked from earlier, but I actually like what you're doing better than mine.
Well, that's okay. We can still see what you did. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I always learn something great from you, and I always improve every time we work together, Daniel. I'm so glad.
Well, okay, so let's take a moment and just see if you can stop sharing your screen for the time being. We'll see if we have any questions in our chat. I'm happy to just usually we have a couple, but we have a lot of hi, Miss Kurtz, and so we're good with that. But with this particular project, I just with any kind of storytelling project, there's multiple ways to do it. Always with every project, we kind of show, there's ways to update, the backgrounds and the actors and things like that. I don't think we're going to go through that today. But you can check back any of our previous episodes. We're always updating the backgrounds. But no, this is great. This is great. I love these kind of projects for storytelling. And I mean, they're basic storytelling. They're a lot of fun. For those of you that do watch this a little bit later, if you do want to share your project when you're done and you save it, you can copy the link to that project, and you can put it in the chat, and we can take a look, and that would be great. So let's take a look at our next show. Our next show is tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Saturday, but our next show is Tuesday, and we are going to be taking a look at our next. All of next week, we're going to be looking at P100, which is one of our free courses. And on Tuesday, I will be taking everybody through Candy Quest. So this will be kind of we'll be walking through some strategies for doing puzzles and Candy Quest is basically one of the kind of our standard bearers when it comes to our beginner projects and things like that. But that'll actually do it for us today. So we thank you very much for dropping by, Ms. Kurtz. Really appreciate it. And we're just going to say goodbye.
Hi, it was so good to see you. Thank you. You always teach me something new. Hi, everybody that said hi to Miss Kurtz.
Hey, Ms. Kurtz. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us, everyone. We're going to see you next week, and have a great weekend.
Bye.